Hi Hans, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Lucy, and in today's episode we're gonna test out the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r collection. And when I say Rihanna Drop Concealer collection, I'm not just talking about 50 shades of concealer, which is obviously amazing. We know Fenty is so inclusive, there is a shade for every skin tone, and it's how it's supposed to be done in 2019, blah 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 blah. We all heard it already. But when I'm talking about the collection, you have concealer, you have powder, you have mini beauty sponges, you have concealer brush, everything. Rihanna is giving us the whole experience, and on one hand I'm kind of living for this, but on the other hand I'm feeling like someone is trying to take my money. But nevertheless, I'm gonna test it all out today. And a little disclaimer before we start, this video isn't sponsored by Fenty or anyone else. I bought everything with my own money. Today in the morning I went to Harvey Nichols to grab the whole new collection. So I promise you to give you the real tea, the whole tea, and nothing but the tea. Keep on watching. And here we are again with another video when I'm barefaced, so sorry for this mess, but we're gonna cover everything in a minute. I got the Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation in shade 190. I'm praying it's gonna be my shade. I was lazy today and I've asked for color match, so hopefully it's gonna be my shade. I already moisturized my skin with Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, that's why I'm glowing. So let's start with the foundation. It retails for £26 or $34 depending where you live. And they said you need to shake this to activate the pigments inside, so let's try. And it's not gonna be like my fully first impression of this, because when Rihanna dropped the foundation, I got some samples, but honestly I don't remember if I've liked it or not. I guess I didn't like it because I didn't buy it. But let's give it another try. So they said 1 pump for medium coverage and 2 pumps for full coverage. And I'm gonna use my Morphe M439 brush. And I'm starting in the middle of my face, because this is the part when you need more coverage. My first impression is I'm actually not mad at this foundation, but for sure 1 pump is not gonna be enough for my whole face, so let's squeeze another one. Okay, I'm really surprised with this foundation. I don't know why I didn't like it before. It sits so well on the skin and it covers my little red veins on my cheeks. Maybe I didn't like it because it's sitting a little bit too much in my fine lines here. But overall, I think it looks very nice. As far as color matching goes, I don't know how you see this on camera, but in the mirror it looks quite nice. But on the website they said, when testing shade, remember to let foundation dry completely to find your perfect match. So I'm gonna help it to dry completely to be sure if it's my color or not. Overall, I think the shade is quite good. Maybe I would prefer it to be a little less yellow, but I don't know how you see this on camera. Okay, enough about the foundation. I know you came here to hear about the new stuff and I came prepared, so let's go for the concealer. It retails for £19 or $26. On the website you can read a creamy Longwear crease-proof liquid concealer that delivers light as a medium to full coverage in a groundbreaking range of 50 easy-to-shop soft matte shades. Experience instant photo-ready coverage that lasts all day without creasing or setting into fine lines on pore. This sweat-resistant formula will work on your skin no matter where you go. Well, I'm gonna keep the concealer on for whole day and I'm gonna go to the gym, so we will see if it's really sweat-proof. I got my concealer in shade 150, and the whole idea behind the corresponding numbers is When you know your foundation number, you can grab the same number for the concealer and it's gonna be the corresponding color. Corresponding means it's not gonna be the same shade, but it's gonna work well with your foundation, so it's probably gonna be a little bit lighter. But that being said, I prefer my concealer to be a little lighter so I can contour at the same time. That's why I've chose concealer in shade 150 and foundation in 190. And let's open this one. You have nice angle applicator that you can use directly on your skin, or as I saw Rihanna use it, apply the concealer on the back of your hand and then go with the sponge or the brush or whatever you prefer. But because I like to have a lot of coverage, I'm gonna be using it directly. It's gonna go around my nose and around my lips. So my usual routine. And you can blend it with the beauty sponge. Rihanna came with her own set of 2 mini sponges. I think they are £16 or $18. And the new brush 180, which is precision concealer brush, that retails for £90 or $26. And I'm gonna use this one today. Oh my god, this is so silky and so soft. I love a fresh brush. I don't want to use it. I don't want to ruin it. Okay, one thing that I've noticed, when you're gonna blend it with a brush instead of the sponge, it's gonna take so much longer. So this side I'm gonna blend with the brush to see how the brush works, and the other side I'm gonna blend with sponge as I usually do and see if it makes any difference. I'm gonna go with my damn beauty blender as always. Do you need this brush in your life? I don't know. With the beauty blender it's so much faster to blend the concealer out, but I don't know if you see this on camera, but in the mirror I see the brush side is smoother. It looks silky like. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the concealer on the beauty blender side just to blend this with the brush so my both sides will match. Okay, they said it's medium to full coverage. I would say it's rather on the medium side. Of course you can go with another layer to build it up, but I'm afraid it's gonna be too much. One thing I have to say, it tickles. It irritates my under eye area, so I don't know if I'm the only one that got this irritation. Maybe I'm allergic to one of the ingredients inside. Maybe just my under eye skin is super sensitive because I was doing some crazy makeups yesterday. It's not a pleasant feeling, but you know what? I will survive this. We need to make a whole day wear test. I will survive this. And now it's time for baking and setting the makeup in place. I'm gonna use the powder in shade Banana, and Fenty came up with 8 different shades. You know the game already. Fenty is super inclusive, so the powders are not exception. So it's gonna be super easy to find the perfect shade for you. And on the website you can read, a super fine, weightless, loose setting powder created in 8 sheer shades to perfect and extend makeup wear for that filter photo ready finish. Okay, so let's open this. Ooh, this packaging is super cute. Inside you have, let me check, 28 grams and it retails for £24 or $32. And inside you get also this plastic lid that you can close your powder. I'm so happy Rihanna came up with this, because usually when you travel with the loose powder, it's all over your bag, it's everywhere. So hopefully this time's gonna be different. And let's open this. Let's test this. Ooh, okay. Is it super fine? Yes, it is. Is it super silky? Well, I would say it is silky, but it isn't the most silky powder I've ever tried. But I bet it's still gonna be a good powder. But now when I see this color, I don't know if it's not gonna be too dark for baking. Maybe I should go with the lighter one. It's definitely too dark and too yellow for baking, but it's too late now, so I'm gonna do the other eye, so at least they will match. But you know what? The skin is so silky. Okay, I'm taking back. This is the most silky powder I've ever tried. It doesn't feel that silky in hand, but on the skin, I'm impressed. Rihanna, I'm impressed. I didn't choose the right color though, but the powder is a bomb. I'm gonna go and do creamy contour off camera and be right back to set my whole face in place. So the contour is in place. Now let's set whole face with the powder. Honestly, I'm living for this powder. My skin feels so smooth and silky. The pores are a little bit less visible, but I'm not happy with my fine lines, but I think it's foundation fault. As far as shade goes, I wish I got the lighter one, but I went with shade Banana because the makeup artist at the counter said, oh, this is gonna be so much better for my skin tone, but for sure I cannot bake under my eyes with this one. I think it's gonna be super nice if I'm gonna use just the powder without any foundation or tinted moisturizer, nothing. But to setting makeup, it's too dark. Definitely it's too dark for me. And on top of my foundation that was already a little bit too yellow, no, it's not my shade. And I'm so sad because I love the formula so much, so I don't know what to do. But maybe it's just because of the studio lighting. I will see this in the daylight and then I will make my final judgment about the shades. Now I'm gonna finish my makeup off camera, and in an hour or so I'm gonna meet you outside for a little update, and after that I'm gonna do another update after my gym or during my gym, and at the end of the day I'm gonna come back here to the studio with my final thoughts about this whole collection. Okay, it's been a little bit of an hour since I've applied makeup. I think everything sits quite well. I don't see any like over the top cakiness or anything, just the creasing over here. I'm not happy with this, but as far as the shade goes, whew, I'm still not sure if it's the right choice. I think it's still a little bit too yellow, but I like how my skin feels. It's super soft. Okay, so it's been over 6 hours since I've applied the makeup. Now I got to the gym for my workout, and so far I'm super happy with the foundation and the powder. I see just a little bit of the creasing under my eyes, but just a little bit. But the weird thing is the fine lines here disappeared. It never happened. I don't see any cakiness, nothing. So far so good. So now I'm gonna do my workout. I've just finished my workout. It's been over 2 hours, so I've applied makeup over 8 hours ago, and it still looks flawless, so it's really sweat proof. I said I'm gonna go back to the studio to film my final thought, but honestly I'm just gonna hit the showers and I'm gonna take this all off. So I'm gonna record my final thoughts over here. So with the concealer, I'm really happy with the formula and the shade that I've chosen. It's a kind of color I normally go to. With the foundation, I think it's a little bit too yellow, and the powder, it's a mess. Like, the formula for the powder is amazing. Honestly, it's my favorite powder at the moment, but the shade of it. And my tip, if you want to have like a perfect color match, learn from my mistakes. Always take a little mirror with you, go outside and see how the foundation, powder, whatever looks in the daylight, and wait a few hours, because usually they oxidize a little bit, so they can change color slightly. And if you're not sure, you don't have to buy it. Like, wait, ask someone for advice, don't make silly mistake as I did. But overall, with the formula, I'm super happy and I can recommend this. And now I'm super tired after my workout, so I'm gonna hit the showers and see you on the next one. Bye!